Hello, everybody. I hope you are very, very well today. My name's Georgia Byng, and I am reading Molly Moon's incredible book of Hypnotism, which is a book that I wrote. We've got to chapter 19. Today, for you to look at is this picture by a brilliant artist called Henry Hudson. He does all sorts of pictures, but this is one that he did, which is portrait of a toilet, I suppose. Well, people get their portraits done, so why not do one of your toilet? There, the toilet is a very nice one indeed, done by Henry, who's a friend of mine, and I really think his work is great. And yes, it's very suited to this chapter because Scuzzy, Mr. Knockman, is buzzing around Molly now. And things aren't so good. Right, chapter 19. After her meeting with Davina Nuttall, Molly gave strict instructions that during rehearsals no outsiders should be let in. Of course, her instructions were obediently followed. Whenever Molly left the theatre now or arrived at the Bellingham Hotel, there was always a flock of journalists with flashing cameras. Molly smiled enigmatically from behind dark glasses as she got in and out of her chauffeur-driven Rolls-Royce. But she never talked to them. All over town, people were gossiping about mysterious Molly, speculating about who she was and where she'd come from. Her mysteriousness made her more and more interesting, and everyone wanted to see pictures of her in the paper. One paper nicknamed her the Cuckoo because she had stolen Davina Nuttall's part, and TV shows sent camera crews to try and interview her without success. Davina Nuttall went on television and complained about how badly she'd been treated. Charlie Chatt rang the Barry Bragg agency again and again to beg for an exclusive interview with this Molly Moon on his TV chat show. Barry Bragg said it might be possible if the money was right. As Knockman's mind spiralled away in his van, his red rash broke out on his neck and face. He couldn't wait to get his hands on Molly, but it was proving very difficult to get close to her at all. There were always people wherever she went. It was exasperating. All he could do was watch and wait for an opportunity. Maybe after the opening night, Molly would start giving interviews and he could pose as a journalist. He tried to relax, but Knockman was impatient by nature and the situation was driving him crazy. He worried that someone else would discover Molly's secret. He sat in his white van, smoking, eating cheesy biscuits, and looking suspiciously at other parked cars. The van was full of rubbish and the discarded packaging from all the junk meals he'd eaten, and it smelled disgusting. He smelled worse than ever. Now, on top of the chip fat and fish and tobacco was the reek of cheap aftershave to cover up the smell of old sweat. Occasionally he would go back to his railside room to have a wash, but not too often, as he hated losing track of Molly Moon for a moment. As the days went by, he thought obsessively about her. He had mixed feelings for Molly. He was jealous of her because she had found the hypnotism book first, and she had learned the tricks of hypnotism, but also because she was living the life of Riley while he was slumming it in this filthy, stuffy van. At the same time, he was in awe of her and her talents, and since he saw her as his property, he also savoured her rise to fame. To keep himself sane, he'd stroke the golden scorpion that hung around his neck, and say a mantra over and over to himself that went, "The better it is for her, the better it is for me. The better it is for her, the better it is for me. The better it is for her, the better it is for me. The better it is for her, the better it is for me." As for her dog, he hated her dog. That pug, it was so smug, a smug, ugly pug, trotting about behind her. Notman thought jealously about Petula's luxurious bed and her fine dinners. Why, that dog was Molly Moon's partner and her best friend. She would probably do anything for that dog. And then, as Notman thought about Petula, he began to have a brilliant idea. His manipulative nature began to ooze with pleasure, oiling his thought and helping it grow. Why hadn't he seen the value of the dog before? Why, that dog was the key to Molly's heart. Notman smiled and stroked his double chin. He picked at the scabby rash on his neck, flicking a piece of it onto the dashboard of the car. Then, thinking of Molly, he smudged the flaky skin across the plastic, and his mind hatched a nasty plan. At last, he could see a way forward. And there you go. That is chapter 19. It's quite a short one. See you soon, and keep well, and happy hypnotizing. Bye.